The man who prosecutors say ran over and killed a young father nearly 7 years ago will soon stand trial for the crime.
It's a day that his widow tells us she's been waiting for ever since, but now her prayer is that justice will actually be served. She recently sat down with our Jaxie Pigeon, who has a lot more for us. Jaxie?
No matter how much time goes by, Genesis Campbell tells me she remembers it all like it was yesterday. She says her husband Alejandro was crossing the street to grab some milk from the grocery store when he was hit by a car that failed to stop and help. She says the moments that followed still haunt her to this day.
It felt like a ghost town, and I just see my husband laying in the middle of the street, face down.
That's the sight Genesis Campbell would walk up to back in March 2017. Her husband, 24-year-old Alejandro Hernandez, was killed after being hit by an SUV near 4th and Slide. The person responsible got away.
What kind of individual can hit somebody and leave them there in the middle of the street and run and hide for so long?
That was until October 2022. Investigators with the Lubbock Police Department were able to track down and arrest then 45-year-old Ruben Castillo on charges of failing to stop and render aid causing death. It's a second-degree felony carrying up to 20 years in prison.
So many people told me this was a cold case, like nobody was ever going to find who did it and blah, blah, blah. And I never lost faith because, you know, everything in the dark comes to light. So I knew it was only a matter of time. And even though I do forgive him, we still have to be held accountable for our actions.
The tragic crash left Campbell as a single parent to their 2 sons, a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old. She was also 5 months pregnant with their daughter.
No one tells you the downside of some blessings, you know, because being blessed with such a husband and a father like that was so amazing. And I just never imagined that he wouldn't be there. So when he wasn't, it made that pain and that hole how much more that big and deep when he wasn't there. Because then I was able truly to realize what it was that we had in him and who he was, because there's nobody like him.
Campbell says the deep sadness of losing Alejandro will never go away, but she's found a way to embrace forgiveness and move forward.
Our babies were babies. They didn't understand. And so now that they are, it's something I have to relive and re-explain over and over, you know? It's just kind of having peace with it and just being able to, you know, like, we are not a victim, we are victorious.
A trial for this case set for this morning was not reached. Lubbock County Courthouse officials tell us they are not sure when it will be rescheduled. In the meantime, Castillo remains in the Lubbock County Jail on bonds totaling $100,000.